We're a little early, but welcome to Cocktail Hour with Rick and Darlene and Bo. And I hope that you're having a good Friday, the 24th of January. We're almost through the whole month of January, folks. It was just New Year's Eve the other day. Well, I'm Rick. I'm here Friday nights with my wife here to make an attempt at cheering you, sharing some time, maybe some joking around, all good-natured fun. And we hope that you will join in and we'll have a crowd online and you'll be chatting with each other online while you get to look at and listen to us. Isn't this tremendous? What a program. It's called Cocktail Hour.
It looks like we have 78 likes already if I'm looking
with
at
Rick, and it has been running since March of 2020.
Louis
So
Stastny?
we're
Wait a minute, this isn't
working
right.
on our end of our fifth full year come March. So we've been doing it for a while. Let me put on my glasses because I can't see shit without my glasses as far as the written word. And hello, Soul Spin Alice 79
Soul
rather.
there?
No, I misread him.
Okay. Hey, Lois
Roy Quitter.
Stastny, hello. Lord Kohler.
Dana Rose,
Yeah, this
Glow.
sounds not right.
maybe on your end. And
Guys, I gotta get out. Something's not
Megadeth
right.
Gigantor Loopsy Oopsie, hello. One of my content contributors in the way of graphic arts artwork. Jimmy Rick at work, Megadeth Gigantor somewhere, hanging out. And Spin Dallas, how are you doing? Roy Quitter is doing, I hope, good. Glow, Miss Glow, glad you're here. And Computer Chick, thank you again for your funny clip last week, just like I asked on the money shot of me getting it in the head. And I tried to share that so that it's more out there for people to see. You could do the same thing if you're such a computer-oriented person, like Computer Chick, if you really knew. Alien Train, hello, and Stephanie Pasqua Short from way down in Florida, freezing in Florida. We're going to bring the warmth down. When we come, Stephanie, it's going to be a temperature of near 70 during the day. We are bringing it back. It's been, I know, unbelievable. I just saw a video of somebody who reminded me of Brennan Evangelista, good-looking young guy. He was somewhere up at the Panhandle, and he was getting his surfboard out of the back of his pickup. He had backed up to the beach. It was a video, I think I saw it actually on Facebook. And then he goes and takes off his parka coat. He has nothing on but bathing suit trunks, and then he takes his galoshes off and he goes and runs with his board into the water. He said it was 25 degrees outside. 25. And this is like Pensacola area, if you're familiar with the Panhandle, as they call it, of Florida. That was crazy to watch that. And he caught a wave, and then he ran back in. But whatever, very hardy guy, very hardy. Jimmy Rick sent me a very interesting photograph or a sketch of the state of Florida, where the bottom third of it had turned around like this. It's like it had shrinkage, hun. And it curled up because it was so cold. So that was a very good find, Jimmy
Finally
Rick.
got the right one. I had one where we did a show with the exact same clothes.
Oh
on.
my God. We're even wearing the same clothes over again.
Yes, at some point.
I'm
we
sorry.
did.
And I got Bo down here. He is getting in a fit.
All right, now we have Mega, we have Loopsy Oopsy, Jimmy Rick, Mega, Spin, Glow, Roy Quitter, Dana Rose, Computer chick, shoe slideshow, alien train 28. Hey Stephanie, has to meet up with you soon.
There's Bo. He's
Maria G.
trying to figure out what he wants to play with. Bo, do you want a ball?
Anita Flanagan, hello there.
Hey, Bo.
Carson Thorpe, Pamela Roosh.
So entertain yourself with my little doggy. He's not a young pup. Here. Oh, I'm sorry. Dropped it right on his jawbone. Oh. The cat from Kylie, we've been letting it out. And we've been trying to watch,
Debsy Rocks.
trying to make sure that,
But look what he's doing right now.
oh, he's looking for trouble. The
'Cause-
cat hides in the dining set in the dining room.
Gets
And
on the chairs.
he sits
Hey,
on
Mr.
the
Doggy
chair, just
Dog.
lays there, and the table and the tablecloth over him, so he feels like he's nice little spot, nobody there. He'll walk up right to the edge of the chairs, find out which one he's in by sniffing around, and then he's surprised when a paw comes
Dr.
out
Graves.
and smacks him on top of the head. He drew blood last night,
Yeah.
and then we both have watched the cat aggressively chase after Bo to then swipe at him, make noise, and then Bo gets, of course, scared and he runs right away. He's not a badass. My dog is not like the kind of dog that would help save your life if you were being assaulted outside your front yard. The dog would not be able to jump and bite the guy's ankle and sever his foot. Bo is just not, he's a lover, not a fighter. Oh, I see a sighting of Mochi now. So we can get around here. Mochi is the Siamese cat. See, there's Bo. And you see Mochi? Hey, Mochi, you being good? Or you being crazy?
What happened the other day, he was on a chair on the right side of the dining room table, and Bo just
So,
walked by.
over that way. See, this is like kind of a natural pathway.
We moved
And
I moved all the chairs so Mochi couldn't sit on this
so
side.
there's
of the
no
table.
no places for him to sit in wait to jump and pounce. He also has discovered, see this chair here? It's got a
Oh,
little
Debbie,
heating
I'm
pad.
sorry you're not feeling well.
I'm sorry, Deb. So tell Debsy Rocks some good news that might cheer her up.
Who?
Debsy Rocks, we got good news for you.
What is it?
Oh my God!
Oh, wow.
We got Ryan Nirvana
He did get your email.
throwing
You got their email.
$100 at us. Thank you so much.
Rick, did
What?
you see what they said?
No.
Did you get my email? You
Oh
read
yes,
it,
yes,
But
yes.
you never responded to
Oh,
them.
I'm sorry if I didn't respond to you. I thought I did. Yes, I got your email, and
Hey,
we
Michaela,
are-
what's that time?
we're going to be going to Florida very soon. Are you ready for a road trip, man? Come be guests of that infamous Rick, Serra, and wife. Who knows? Maybe we can even go out, do a live stream at some dirty, nasty motel. Oh boy!
Yeah, Rick's not real good with responding to emails.
So
you need
I
to go on there, look, and guess
I owe.
what? Let me make sure I get the name right. Computer chick knows that. She goes, "Trust me, I know." How
Oh,
you're not a good responder
oh,
to
computer
emails.
chick. I
It's
thought I
true.
did a pretty good job responding to you though last show, and
Truth hurts, honey.
eh.
The Ravens beat themselves.
Yeah, the Ravens lost the game, so it is going to be Washington versus the other NFC championship final. game here.
Hey, Pam, the cat, Mochi, is Kylie and Tom's cat. Our granddaughter and her boyfriend, they are now living in the house with us. So they have, bedroom and an extra room and a bathroom upstairs, and they have use of the basement for their living room, and when we're not here, they have the whole house.
Yeah. So there's
Justin
Sunday.
DeGroat.
There'll be the AFC Championship game, and that'll be the Bills versus the fucking
Yes, they did, Jimmy Rick.
Kansas City Chiefs, and then it'll be Washington, D.C., the Washington Commanders against Philadelphia Eagles. The Battle of the Beltway, or the 95 rather. And then we'll see what happens. Super Bowl will
Hey,
be
Lollipop.
2 weeks after that, I believe.
No, you can like whatever team you look.
Yeah,
you like.
I look, the whole idea of professional sports is it's a form of entertainment for the masses.
No, Carson.
It's something to get
Nothing
us,
on the doorknob.
to pay attention to
I'm
distract
drinking my
us
same old.
from our normal troubles, and something else to help you with the forgetting about your troubles is a cocktail.
Deep Eddies.
Cheers,
grapefruit.
everybody.
It's actually called Ruby Red.
Ruby red,
And water.
vodka, water, a little sweetener, and ice. No extra soda, just the flavored vodka is amazingly sweet. I am drinking some
Buzzballs?
Canadian
I'll have to look
Club.
at that.
A blend, a whiskey blend, and club soda. I've been doing
Jimmy
club
Rick,
soda
why
for
are
a
you
while.
drinking with your pinky out?
You know why. I try to meet the desires of all of my audience members of all different orientations, and this is a world of fantasy where you can enjoy thoughts. You might ascribe them to nirvana or a place in the clouds. So what's up with the Serras? I'll give you a rundown. We've been, and it's mainly been my wife,
Bourbon Cat, hello. Michaela.
babysitting the animals while my family, Jen,
That's wonderful,
Marlon,
Michaela. Ponytail
Jay,
Dungeon Master, rum and juice.
Kylie, Tom, Danielle,
Good night, Jimmy Rick. Go back to
her
work.
husband, Jimmy Rick, peace, and a couple others I'm forgetting, I think. They're in Aruba,
Thanks, Stephanie.
in a beautiful,
Dr. Leonard Hofstetter.
it was like at least 4 bedrooms, multiple bathrooms, all on one level, along with a separate little casita built.
It's
With
like
a little-
it's an apartment.
It's basically a little efficiency,
Bedroom, bath, kitchen,
Yep.
living area.
all in one, all with a patio and gardens and an
Pool.
Outdoor pool. Not sure if it was
In-ground.
heated.
In-ground.
Pool, yes.
I doubt it's heated, not in
And
Aruba.
they had a lot of floats and
Steve
such.
X-Ray. Nancy Santa
I
Maria.
don't even know what the temperatures have been, but I think
Thanks,
that the
computer
weather's
chip. Yeah,
been
everybody, don't forget to hit that
sunny.
like button.
I've been begging for footage from my family that I plan to put together and try to create a video. I hope that mostly I get some landscaping views and not a bunch of portrait views. Or I'll be inventive creating some kind of borders or something, boundaries to cover the edge. I hate just having a black edge, you know what I mean? Got to cover the full field of view in your video, and that's why I try to explain to people, shoot in landscape. That means hold your phone like this, where the charging hole is here. Yes.
Oh, we'll be down there too, Pam.
And the
We're
buttons
leaving
at the bottom on the right. Yeah.
next Sunday.
So we should arrive Tuesday. We're thinking it might be 2 nights on the road
Yeah, because we're pulling the
instead
camper.
of one night on the road.
And I don't want to have to rush it.
So we'll take our time. We're also bringing a little bit of bric-a-brac down, a couple of things here and there, not a lot.
And we have to unload it, and then we have to go park the camper. So we don't want to pull in
Too late.
to the park when it's almost dark. We'd rather get the stuff out and go park the camper when it's still daylight.
And
Mochi's over
I was
drinking more
talking
water.
or texting with my one friend who kept saying, I don't know why you guys are paying for a place. You know you could put it over here. So I talked about this with her for years. I kind of even dreamt of being able to use a spot I could see right from the window of my mother's mobile to put a camper. And this is even before I met the people who live behind us. So, whatever. Instead, we found a place
Computer chick said if you need help covering the black, let her know.
Oh, yeah?
But that means you have to email her.
Means we have to communicate. I don't
You
care.
have to communicate.
There must be something I can do. A setting or something. I wonder.
Oh, Glo,
So
that
I've,
sounds wonderful.
Any video editing I know is because of self-effort at learning. Took a class at the library in Florida. And it didn't last too long, unfortunately. Maybe 8 sessions I
Nice
got.
gong shirt.
Thank you, gong shirt. Yes, it's
That's
back.
Bourbon Cat set.
Bourbon cat. Yes, gong shirt. Bourbon cat.
Now let me explain.
Sorry we
why-
didn't hook up again, buddy. But it was really a great experience bumping into you that one night.
Okay. I want to explain why I do not want to park our camper outside the fence of our friends, which is actually on public property.
It is technically.
It's
the
not
right of
their
way.
property.
Right. Yeah, it's nobody's. It's the county.
thing is, they also have something parked there. They said they would move it back. But if we want to go out during the week, I don't want to have to bother them and say, hey, blah, 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 blah. I'd rather just go down, pick up the camper, and go. And it's like, why do you want to put stress
Is
on
that one of
friendship?
hers?
That's one of Mochi's.
Mochi's got one
Mochi's
of
a
his
boy.
toys. He's a boy, and he's
Hey, Muffin!
actually playing down here in front of us. So
Oh, he likes it down here now.
he is really used to us. And of course, since Tom and Kylie have been gone, he really doesn't want to be alone. He's very sociable.
He will actually bang on the door to get
At the
down
bottom
here
of the
sometimes.
steps, he has tapped the door to get us to open it for him. Right?
Yep.
Now, I like him. I don't like being scratched. And other day I was messing with him and he
Yeah,
scratched
he did
me,
mess
but that
with
was
him,
on.
so that was his
It was
fault.
my fault. But I think I might have gotten him a little too wild with playing with him. So then he decided, well, maybe I can do that with that other animal, and started playing with Bo in
Oh, thanks, Nancy.
just fighting, like play fighting, with claws
But
sticking
you
out.
don't do that with cats,
I know.
Rick. Look, we did something not so good when we had Chewy.
Oh yeah,
Chewy was our first dog. Almost, Bo and him,
very close in
almost
size.
twins. But what we did, we started playing with Chewy's food with our feet.
We would,
We put our foot over by the bowl, and then he go rah, 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 rah.
And-
So we created that monster.
and we started doing it as a little game
Yes.
to get him to eat his food, make him pay attention to it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nancy. Jen had that, and it was really horrible for her. Vertigo.
Oh shit!
She went to some type of special person who was able to help her out.
There's one medication that you can take to help you, and
Well,
I
we
think
will
it's
see you when you
called.
get there, Pam.
Look it up, and I think it's called meclizine. It can be purchased over the counter. That's what you need to get. You need to get yourself some meclizine. And
That sounds like methadone.
it's not methadone, but it'll tell you that this is what you get for vertigo. You can get it at any general pharmacy as an over-the-counter medicament.
Bourbon
Not
Cat.
mescaline. He said
No,
mescaline.
Bourbon Cat said, "What kind of weed you got?" I have cantaloupe haze in vape form.
Oh, well, I had some
Go, go,
fruity gum, and I mixed that with some what was it called? Some kind of cake,
Roy Quitter.
and I ground them and put them together in here. And I have from my wife. She bought me this, I think from Amazon, right?
Yeah, everything I
It
buy
comes
is from
with
Amazon,
a
basically.
kit for cleaning the pipe, a pack of screens, a little
Long duck
vinyl
long.
tip to put on the end of the pipe so you can have a soft, easy hold.
Capelt.
Hey, Capel, it's Rick and Dolly, and how are you? And so I'm taking this, it's an indica blend, finger blend now. And I got this lighter because I have one here. It's full of fuel. It doesn't burn when I want it to.
Oopsie
So,
Oopsie had grape ape the other day.
grape ape, that's good.
Dingle dangle.
I don't like usually the berry, the fruit, the blue, that kind of stuff. Unless you're talking
No.
the vape
Is
stuff.
Mochi over there? Leave him alone.
We have some kind of fruity, tropical punch, I think it's called.
I don't know, but that one thing you got was really good.
Well, it was, remember the one where you have trouble getting a draw? Sometimes I have to pull on it for you. We have a couple puff sticks, which have a set amount of the liquid resin inside of them that slowly burns, and then you throw them away. Well, we got a couple of them.
Oh, I do too, Spin.
I didn't realize, but there is a charging port and a mini
Mark Porterfield.
what is it called? It's a micro cord USB.
Oh,
You can charge those little guys up.
listen to this. There is an overabundance of flour in Vegas. They almost give it away at the dispensaries, plus 40% off discount for seniors.
For flour itself, because everybody wants to buy it all ready to go. They want to buy gummies. They want to get the vape stuff.
Suck it good.
You know,
Right, Dingle Dangle?
I was happy with hashish back in the day instead of flour. Anybody else out there? Were you a hashish lover? I mean,
Oh, that was too harsh. Yeah.
in the 1970s, that's when
Yeah,
I
I
grew
tried
up.
dabbing. A friend of mine had some.
Dab
and-
is intense, man.
No, but that's what you put on your tongue or under your
No,
tongue.
not what they mean.
Well, that's tincture.
That's tincture.
Tincture, whatever. I can't say it.
No,
That didn't help
dab
me at
is
all.
like you use an electrically charged device
Yeah,
of some
Nancy
type,
said she's cut down on dabbing.
and it evaporates an oil like ball, like almost like goo or hash oil used to be, and you inhale the vapors from that being melted. So come on. Oh, I see what's going on. Hi there. You're on candid camera, Mochi.
No, okay, you're good. You're good.
So, how are you fitting in? You moved in here at the beginning of December, like maybe the second week of December. Your name is Mochi, right? But isn't it true they started to call you Roach? I don't know why they called you Roach,
Hey,
but
Invisible Man.
isn't it true that you used to climb up and down the curtains and the shelves and things like that? And didn't you control even the 90-pound, what is he?
Pitbull.
Pitbull. You were the big dog of the group, even though he was the big dog weight-wise. And then the two other
Hey, little
beagles,
Squash.
they didn't stand a
I
chance.
never liked hash. Ever, ever, ever. That was from my first husband. He
So
did.
Little Squash like hash? Yes. How
wait a
about
minute.
Little Squash?
Little
Anybody?
said Mochi.
Anybody ever
Some
have
people said they liked it.
red hash? Red hash or blonde hash, but red hash. Black hash
I remember that
was
bourbon cat.
very intense and strong, and you could even get it with opium added.
Chino. Well, Kylie
Red-
named him Mochi. It's supposed
red
to be,
hash,
I think, a Chinese
I don't know
dessert
where
or something.
it came from, Lebanon, or why it tasted the way it did. But
He is a big boy. He is very cute.
red hash
Rick's
was
pussy.
the nicest. Yeah, he's my new pussy.
I think all Siamese are cross-eyed.
Yeah, but it's a he pussy, not a she pussy, so just bear that in mind. Cross-eyed male. I've been surprised by the cat over
I like
the
that,
weeks.
Nancy.
He has even
Hash
come.
browns I prefer way over hash.
Oh, well, yeah, of course. We're talking about food, and you're talking about a way of, getting an
Hey,
extract
Valerie!
from flour. Who's that from? Valerie, thank you very much. Oh, thank you so much. So, the generosity stream continues, and I'm really sorry.
Slug. Oh, Slug said showing off our cat. We miss
Yes.
him.
Oh,
he's
Slug,
playing,
yeah.
He's playing with a dart now.
Oh gosh. Hey Mochi, what is that? You better not grab that. That is a dart. What do you think you're going to do? Pick it up. Pick it up. Go get it.
Right, gonna do it because hey, Krabby.
Is he on camera?
Yes, he's on camera.
Get it, Roach. Roach. Get that dart. Roach, you're being bored. Gotta move. Be animated.
Come on, turn it around.
All right. Ugh. All right, Tom. Or Slug, as you said. Glad that you were happy
Popped
to
in.
see.
I hope you guys had
popped
a
in.
great week.
Yes, we were just talking about the fact that you guys have been in Aruba, and I was describing the place that you all had. Was the pool heated? Or what was the temperature in
Why
the
would
water?
the pool be heated? It's in
I mean-
Aruba.
Just to answer, pool wasn't heated, no, but it was nice.
His name is Mochi, but Jen and Marlon call him Roach.
I don't know why. But Mochi, Mochie.
No, he, I don't think.
No?
I don't think so. I think it's just I.
Oh. But used to be on Instagram. I thought she had a Mochi
She
character, the mother of the cat. I thought had created an Instagram Mochi account.
Oh, you
Kylie,
mean Kylie?
yes.
I don't know.
Well, Kylie's around here somewhere. So, hi Nancy Santa Maria Latica. And I miss our loving friend Sol Cecita, who's been working a shift that unfortunately she watches the show on recorded playback, rather. Miss her.
But you
So-
gotta work.
But you gotta pay the bills, I know. And, she lives on the border between Mexico and Texas. So she is a international fan of the channel. La Internacional. And Mexico's got a very good
Thank you, Justin.
president. Thank you, Justin. I was told the Ravens, no, I wish, but no, not to be, but you never know. The
You're a good boy.
Eagles have a shot Philadelphia Eagles looked very strong in their last game. So let's see Commanders versus Eagles. That's going to be a good game to watch. If you like football, don't miss the Commanders versus the Eagles. Two young quarterbacks. The one is really young, first year. The other one's still fairly young. Give it a shot. The other game, the Chiefs versus the Bills. Here, I'll tell you what's going to happen.
Chiefs are going to win.
Chiefs will win because that's the way they're going to work it. Who are you talking about? I'm talking about the NFL, the referees, the whole freaking system.
Right, Anita.
If they lose, then I might have some faith that there's something legit about the NFL. But
Don't be like that.
it's just too much, man. It's too much.
Maybe they're a really good team.
It's like officiating
Let me
in
ask
their
you,
favor.
the game that we watched that the Ravens lost, they're the ones who lost it.
There was no question.
I
There's
mean-
not anything you can really say to
They
defend
screwed up.
it. There were multiple slipped fingers not grabbing the ball from the very beginning of the game. Receiver, Andrews at the very end, Lamar, our center.
It's not, Mark. It's true. The refs went
The
Taylor
center,
Swift to
that
win.
wasn't a very good thing for him to do. He screwed us up, but who else just gave a tip I just saw? Oh, that was Justin. Thank you, Justin. I'm sorry. So thank you guys for the super chatting, but definitely click that like button. I see we have 53 people and 32 likes. Please click the like button. We love the fact that we're liked. I created 2 little videos this week. I didn't even wait till Friday. If you didn't notice, they're up on the main channel. Under the topic of the miscellaneous playlist. Ooh, the miscellaneous. Yes, there's a miscellaneous playlist where nothing that really fits anything over large category setting, using the basics from Webster's in how do you categorize different things, and the Encyclopedia Britannica, and consulting with National Geographic and.
Excuse me, I
what?
lost your train of thought. What the hell are you talking about?
I did it on purpose.
Oh my God.
So that rail went away, but that's the standards of this show. We really try to follow established norms of the highest level of journalistic standards. How's that sound?
Sounds like shit.
Oopsie, disappointing. So just a premature comment. There's a guy named John C. who
He's
is a
in here.
fan. I know.
Okay.
John C. and I, we reviewed something, and we've been talking about this off and on, and we've mentioned it during this program here, and we've been told by comments made by people here in the show that if somehow we put together something on Patreon, and it would be a modest paywall, because it's a pay-to-play type thing. They take a fee from your money that pays for you being able to use it. So it's not a free system, basically like, YouTube is kind of free, basically. So we're thinking of putting together content, and I guess he's counting on me to be the face and the mouthpiece, and
You're definitely the mouthpiece, that's
and
for sure.
and maybe do some kind of a live podcast or various types, possibly with the capability to allow guests to speak, to make comments orally. from their mouths, maybe via a telephone call or whatever the thing we're thinking of. Once we had a show we used Skype, and everybody then, of course, you had to be off of a computer with Skype at the handy.
Where are you going?
But the Skype worked to a certain extent. After you had so many people on the
All
phone,
mouth,
though,
no ass, John C. said.
where's that from?
From John C.
Yeah, I know.
I guess you keep talking about, but you don't do shit.
Oh, a lot of ass. We'll be talking about this because now that I've actually said something about it in public, so this kind of commits me and you to have to try to put some time into this mischievous scam and see what happens.
You've
Hey,
seen
Spin
Rick's
Dallas.
ass quite a few times.
I also would point out the Lost episode. That's another provider platform on YouTube, but you know where it is, and I think it might only be behind Patreon. I think it is actually, but whatever. I let a little ass out that show too. And then I found that Jimmy Rick, he created a thumbnail for his own personal ID in the Google world. And it was a photo of me showing you my ass at the door of the
John?
motel.
John C. said, think more like a call-in show on the radio, like dialing for dollars, not like a Skype call.
Okay. All right.
He didn't say dialing for dollars, I did. I just told you my age.
Oh, really?
It's an old show. Do you remember dialing for dollars?
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
you're not as old as me, but that's good.
You need to know the count and the amount. And he would ring so many times, and if he rang to, was it 5 rings?
I don't remember that.
So many rings, and that would be it. He'd hang up the phone. Now we go, and we add $10 more to the pot, and go for another extension.
Dialing for dollars. Hey,
This
I
is
can
also,
do that.
this was when we had just a 7-digit phone number locally.
Yeah, no area code.
No area code yet. 7-digit number. So you would
It was-
know basically by the first 3 digits whereabouts in Baltimore the person lived. HI for Hilltop, with the letters of the keys.
That's right. Ding-a-lings. 1 ding-a-ling. 2 ding-a-lings.
Yes, oh, that was also a good bit by Lily Tomlin.
Yes.
Hey, thank you, Mega Death Gigantor. Stay warm. You know, we go down there to Florida. It's probably going to be cold again. So, what a bitch. It's going to be like, in the 40s overnight. And maybe it'll get up to 65, 62
Let's see.
with some sun. If you can
It's
get
currently 48 in Seminole.
48 in Seminole right
Yep.
now.
And it's 25 here.
25 here. So, what would you rather be dealing with? 48 in Seminole? I'd be outside in a jacket doing the show. 48 in Seminole, if it wasn't really breezy. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Of course, you'd be wearing your winter jacket, but maybe have a spread
Throw
on your...
on, yeah.
Yes, right. And that would help reduce the number of darts I would get shot by because you wouldn't be able to reach
Oh,
the
yes,
things.
I could.
Oh, yeah. You can.
Yep.
Stay nimble.
Jack be nimble.
Jack be quick.
Jack jumped over
The
the
candlestick.
Why am I doing nursery rhymes? I don't even remember.
I don't know
the whole
why.
thing.
It's always hot in California. Rarely gets cold. She said, I miss the rain. I haven't seen snow in a bit. Yeah, you said
AK
something like
Wish.
9 years or something like that since you've seen snow. Nancy, that's crazy. So where in California? Could you give me a jurisdiction? Hopefully not where the wildfires have been.
Oh my God, spin. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jumped off his own damn dick.
Something, and he broke his dick. That would make it funny. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Something, he broke his dick. Let's work on it, Spin. So, Spin Dallas has put together
All too customs.
several AI assisted songs with lyrics, and he even gives me a thumbnail. So I have coming to you
He has work to do. He's
a
trying to
couple
tell
of
you.
these. I think they're going to just be a boring thumbnail, and maybe what I'll do is I'll give you the lyrics, and that'll be it. Just give you the lyrics, and let you
Muffin
have
said he
that.
took a tumble and broke his dick.
There you go. And if a guy has broken his dick, you know, that really, he's worthless. He can't please anyone anymore after he's done that. Right? Guys,
Why are you
what
worried
do
about
we
that?
do? There's nothing to do if you break your dick, right? Wrong.
Can you break your dick?
Yes, you can. But luckily, because of research that I have been doing on behalf of men like you and I who have a broken dick, I have found a solution to our problem.
Hey, what?
What is it, you ask? Well, it's too much for me to go into detail
What?
here
Are you new?
on my show. But if you write at rick.adr@aol.com, I have created an information sheet that I will be happy to send to you by email. The simple process, believe it or not, to restore your dick, the broken dick you've been living with, to become a wholesome,
Bourbon Cat said
fully
he
knitted
doesn't want to think about
dick.
breaking his dick.
once it's done, it's too late. Then you can save this information in case. So remember, just write me for the info sheet at rick.adr@aol.com. And if you can't remember that, go to Rick
Called a
Serra.
Quick dick fix.
It's something like that. You go to ricksarahstore.com, and there's a link for email. There's also a link for a Discord that was created for people who like to goof around after watching Cocktail Hour with Rick. So that's right
Hey,
there at
adorable,
ricksarahstore.com,
deplorable.
along with a link to a virtual shopping mall on the Rick Serra Star channel or website. Thank you, hon.
You're
I
welcome.
forgot what I wanted to say. Website. It is a website. It stands alone. It's a type of website that allows you to
Boston wins. Hi there.
virtually purchase things. And in fact, we have a special deal right now. 2 bars of soap sent to you
Can't do that yet.
for $5.
We don't know how they made it through the mail yet.
We did a test, and hopefully they will be fairly good condition. We're waiting for a reply on the condition of the soap bars
Yeah,
that we
don't
sent.
forget about Discord, guys.
But you would go to ricksarahstore.com, go to the purchasing side, and leave us a $5 donation, because basically that's what it
You can't
costs
do that on the website.
for shipping. Why can't you?
The website, you can't make donations.
You just go PayPal and you click
Yeah, you
gift.
can do PayPal and you
And
send
that's
it
it,
as
as
a
a
gift.
gift. PayPal as a gift is the way it goes. So, if you want the soap, how do you tell us about it? You send us an email,
I see all the emails, not him.
and she fulfills the orders. It'll come in a brown paper envelope, and they will basically be taped down to prevent them from moving, to help to keep their shape and
No, it's
intact.
so that, because if they double up on each other, there's too thick
They're too thick
for
and
their
machine.
return it.
They'll return it, or if it doesn't get damaged in the process, but either way. But this is something that some people asked about recently, so we have figured out a way to take care of that without making it a big trouble. So if you want it, and what I should do is have something put on the website. I'm sure we can get that done by Steve Seabug.
Well, you handle
I
that.
can handle it.
It's a new item. I have trouble adding new items.
All you would need is a photograph of 2 bars of soap with me, maybe
Well,
having
you know
one.
what soap
I can
is.
do it all.
Okay, you
I can do the whole thing.
We'll see how soon that happens.
All right, well, I did something I promised I was going to do.
What was that?
I forgot. I'm trying to remember what it was. But I promised I was going to do it, and I did it.
But if you can't remember what it was.
I promised everybody that I was going to put up on the channel back in 2019, and I totally forgot about this. I've noticed a video of the Mothman Festival,
Oh.
and
So it only took you 5 years to do it?
whatever, yeah, I guess so. I remember the guy when he shot the footage, but I just saw the video, and I pilfered.
Good, Krabby.
I pilfered some, and I sent him a message that I pilfered him some of his video, and hopefully he'll not find it hard. Hopefully he'll find it as because his watermark is on the video, and maybe people will go take a look at his content by bouncing off and seeing this one video. I don't know, but hopefully he sees it that way. The whole thing was that he caught when I was on stage, but just standing there looking very demure and not trying to become a spectacle in any way. But, and Mr. Dan Bell was talking. So, and he had a microphone and he was talking to the audience, and I started to, under my breath,
Mega, I'd include one, but I no longer have them.
said something to Brennan. I was goofing along with the whole idea of what the Mothman was. But Dan didn't put up with that. He said, Rick, you got something you wanted to say? So he hands me the mic. And what you see after that is history. So you have to go watch. And I think that you'll be amused.
Dr. Leonard Hofstetter, we're not ordering any new product. Once it's out, it's
Oh.
gone.
I'm sorry. But we still have plenty that you could buy. You just got to look on that page.
Send me an email, Dr. Hofstetter, and I'll see if I have any sitting around.
Because we still have some old channel magnets. We got some junk. And what I try to do is bring that stuff along and give it away to you guys when we have meets and greets. So when we're going back down to, that's right, Spin Dallas. That was brought up by even Mr. Bell, that he mentioned that he saw an owl. But no, what I came up with was even more plausible. And again, you have to view
You better make your
The
nurse
video.
get you something to eat.
the video, and you will be amazed by my explanation.
Yeah, me either, Bourbon. I'm never sync with it.
Well, one thing I can say is the crowd.
Not really, Carson. It's just that we're not reordering. You can always buy the shirts, but the other stuff,
It's
just
running out.
it hasn't been worth reordering because it just isn't.
I got applause. That's all I'm going to say. And actually,
Oh, that's great, Muffin.
what's that?
Muffin has a lot of merch, like 8 shirts, and she uses the mouse pad at work. That's
Look at that, you
wonderful.
see?
Hey, Muffin, that's
No,
great.
thank you, Muffin. You probably are responsible for all of the sales we had
Last year.
last year. Thank you so much.
Hey, Naomi, hello there.
So, I don't know what it is we could sell that would be really highly sought after.
Rick even tried selling himself, and that didn't work.
I tried to put myself out there for private parties. You could rent me for an evening, and then I would drive an hour one way. No, not vibrators, but if you give me the remote control
Hey,
and
Falcor.
you put it up inside your anus, I'd be happy to operate the remote control for you. As what I'll be doing, you will not have control of your hands. Poor Spin Dallas. Boy, he would have Hellman's mayonnaise coming out of his ass. Bring out the Hellmans and bring out the best.
You're not even flinching. These darts, I'm going to have to go what everybody said.
No.
Because,
I feel them.
well, you
Come
don't,
on.
You don't stop.
Why? Because the whole thing is you're shooting me and I keep on going. That's like, go, Rick, go. They're cheering that even in terms
Albert wants to know if you do funerals.
I've done a, what was that ceremony called with Sue?
Commitment.
I did a commitment ceremony, so I could probably do a wake or a funeral. Yes. I mean,
Amy Hackey. Oh,
is
it's 10
this
degrees
serious?
in
And
Vermont. Whoa.
is this something that is like I could even help you because geographically we're close, or ceremony? You know, when we first got married, and it was, we were engaged.
We sent out the invitation.
We sent out the invitations and all, and
Hey, Bourbon Cat.
and who was it that said that to
Chris.
us? We got the comment that it's going to be a great ceremony. So someone already had picked that up way back in 1990.
See, I hired Rick for a private party, but the maple syrup lube was sold out. A dry Rick is an unhappy Rick.
The maple syrup.
Do you want another drink?
Yeah, look. Please.
Well, I saw it.
Mind
I know what
the
yours is.
usual.
I know. Excuse me.
So earlier this afternoon, I hosted. Oh, isn't that cute? I hosted an old friend of mine,
Yeah, we got it.
and we had a nice chat here. And then we went to a little local pub. There's a bar and restaurant. I hope his food was good. Mine was kind of mediocre. But it was a good day. So that was nice. And sometimes he, where am I? Here we are. Sometimes my friend Grace is also on the channel here during the show. So his name is Mike. I think you might have heard him before. So that was good. We got to hang out, have a nice afternoon. Usually I am a homebody, especially with the way it's been up here, cold. Uh, I haven't been doing jack shit except for going to the physical therapist and then coming back home. How am I doing? Could be much better. At times I can walk fair, at other times I can barely stand up. What's the long-term solution? Prognosis. I know that part of the answer lies in my own exercise, especially my right leg as compared to my left leg. I've discovered things like that in my body that I used to be one of those kind of guys that you'd ask to come help you move to a new home because you knew I could help carry heavy luggage and furniture and whatever. And it took its toll on me. That and the diet. So, the arthritic process, the plaquing in my vertebrae. Thank you, Michaela. I do too.
Oh, kitchen is so cold.
I am still not at the point of being like feeling depressed. I'm just feeling very challenged. But when I go to Florida, I'm going to reach out to some different medical practitioners and hope to get maybe a little of a change. Maybe a different pair of eyes could help.
Well, look, sometimes it's so bad, I told him to really think if we should be taking this camper to Florida.
Yeah.
Because he has to do all the work as far as setting up and dumping.
Yes, but most of those things are not really hard to do. Like the weight of the hitch and putting the hitch inside, that's like one of the most challenging
We have
things.
heating pads, we don't have a heated blanket. Our bedroom is really warm at night.
Yeah.
We keep the door closed just in case Mochi's around, because Rick is allergic to cats to a point, not
Although
being in their area,
these-
but if he touches his face.
His breed is supposed to be less insultive to your olfactories if you are
Thanks, Michaela.
allergic to some cats. You may not be so
Poor
much
Debsy.
so with a Siamese cat. It's kind of a little hypoallergenic, or so I've
But we
told.
just, that's the only room we can't go in is our bedroom.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
the
I
other
worried.
day.
I worried about this because I didn't want this to ever happen. We've never adopted whatever a cat, even though I love all kind of animals, and I would have been happy if I didn't have that kind of a problem to have a cat with me. But so go ahead.
We couldn't find him the other day. He's
Oh.
been down here for a while.
Oh my God,
But
that
then
was
we
hilarious.
didn't know where he was, so I went upstairs. If he's upstairs, he's usually on his cat tree. But I looked around and we didn't know where he was. Rick just happened, for some odd reason, when he was coming out of the bathroom, looked in the closet. He had gotten into the closet in the bathroom, up on the towels, just laying there.
He's laying on some brown towels or dark blue, whatever.
Blue.
So there he is. The door was just a little ajar, and I opened it just for the heck of it because I had just used the bathroom. And there he was. And it took a minute to get him out because he
No,
was
Albert.
firmly comforted by his little nest that he'd found. What do you
Yeah.
think?
I had to get him out of there.
Yes.
And then now I have, you know those things you hold the doors open with in the
Yeah,
summer?
we have to pry-
The rod iron thing, I have that because the door doesn't shut all the way.
The-
Because I don't want to not know where he is. I don't want him up on my towels.
Of all the doors that don't latch, it has a old doorknob that goes back to the original construction age of the house, which is like 1953. And it just won't latch. So I don't have the tools to bore out and put in a modern size. I've done it before. I just
Mochi
got rid
has
of
a
all
bell,
that.
but you can barely hear it. Kylie has to get an
Yeah,
upgrade.
we need some other kind of electronics. We can have like
Where is he?
tracker. A tracker, I think, would be good.
But our bedroom, it's the bedroom we started in when we bought the house, and then we moved upstairs, and that's the bedroom that Mom was in. But I tried to tell her, if you close your door, you'll be very warm. Because that room is
My mother never liked having her door
Never, ever.
closed. She liked to have the door open, and she liked it also that if there was a little night light on down the hallway that she could see looking out her door. She always wanted the door open. So here's a funny story. And how many people?
Pretty good, Muffin.
How many people they like ghost stories?
Well, wait a minute, I gotta tell, because somebody just wants to know if you wanted to adopt an iguana. Let me tell you
wow.
what I'm doing. Because everybody's in Aruba, they come back tomorrow. But Jen and Marlon had a mask. Let me see if I can remember all the names. They have 2 bearded dragons. They have 3 chameleons. They have 1 iguana. They have 2 red-eyed something or others.
Rakes.
Crocs, some type of croc. 2 red-eyed.
It's some kind of like a
something
little
croc.
lizard, like a little dragon.
And then
type
they
thing.
have something that begins with P-A-N-D. Pandanununum. I've never seen them.
You hardly
Whenever
ever
I'm-
see them.
I have never seen them this week. I've never seen the red-eye crocs. I get to
So-
see everybody else.
But what are they called? The bearded dragons.
No, Megan, the bearded dragons.
So
Yeah.
what are their names?
The bearded dragons are Pookie,
Pookie
who will eat bugs but doesn't like greens.
doesn't like greens, and
Mace
then
eats very well.
gets stuff caught in the
Let
throat.
me see, the chameleons are Pinky, Casanova, and Monkey. I think Monkey used to be Camo. And I don't know the iguana's name.
Yeah,
And I don't know the names of the PANDs, whatever they are.
and they have a horned. They're horned.
Good night,
Is
Carson.
it a chameleon, a horned chameleon, or is it a horned something or other? They have,
It's a horned mountain dragon or something like that.
but
I see him every once in a while.
they're really
Hey,
bizarre
Alex
looking.
Raff.
Here they are. They're kind of stocky, a little bit like a miniature rhinoceros or something. But instead of having it like that, it's more right above their eyes.
One on either side.
Yeah. So they have
Probably spin.
this ecosystem from desert to tropical forest in different spaces within one room in the basement. It's a corner room. Luckily, it was set up for water, so it's a water source there. And then
I
in
had to
the
create a Excel spreadsheet because
to
they
keep-
all had different
different
things that had to be
times.
done AM, PM, and there's no way I was going to have to. So I did a
so
spreadsheet.
she did it. So we got a new computer for Darlene.
Not yet.
It's been ordered. It had to be shipped in. It's a new fancy high tech machine. It's a Intel i7 HD. So it's not the fastest processor, but the one below that in the Intel line. And it's got 16 gigabytes of RAM and
And it's touch
terabyte
screen.
hard drives, touchscreen, 17.3 inch, a little bit of extras on the graphics card,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
that's where
really
Jen
not.
and Marlon went a couple months ago. Isn't that where they went, Costa Rica?
Yeah, but it's really not a super gaming machine. It's more of a good machine for doing office applications, and we got a $20 discount
I think
on
it might enhance the night
Office 360. So that's all we use, really. So we've copied all the records that we've had to maintain, and put them onto an external drive so
It'd be a
that
lot easier than taking the tower back down
so
and back.
she'll just be carrying a laptop back and forth. And maybe at some point in the future, I'll be looking at getting an upgrade on my Mac. The M3 processor is, there's a couple of programs that I keep being told during updates that they won't be compatible. And I'm getting some strange error messages with my Adobe Premiere.
Hey, Dark
so-
Orchard.
I've only been making very short videos because I'm kind of wondering what the F is going on. And I'm going to finally pull put this from the side into use when I get back down to Florida. I bought myself basically a digital audio system for even either working digitally online with someone else or helping to act as dare I say, a podcasting thing. But I also been using the digital audio for overdub of another
Good night, Mark.
Odd
Glad you
Place
joined us.
series, another Odd Place series. A lot of the spoken over parts in the very beginnings were there. Yeah, and I'm just using a Scarlet. I got to know those before, Scarlet 4i4, and I have a pair of monitor speakers I've never even listened to. Hey, Debsy Rocks, we have a rotisserie attachment for the oven that we gave to you. Darlene noticed it sitting on top of the refrige.
I actually did use it once. It does work.
So it attaches right to inside of that. And what did you cook? A chicken?
Chicken.
And she put a chicken in it in a rotisserie cooker, and it did a good job. So,
But I just could not keep that clean. I just bought another one and I love it.
so what we have to do is we need to get you your rotisserie attachment, Deb. So maybe this weekend we can try to hook up one way or another.
Either that or you could drop it off.
I
over
drop
Danny's.
off. I can drop it at Dan's. I can take it to your place, whatever. So get back to me. I know you're not feeling that great. I could even just come to your door and hand it over. Wearing a mask. I'm sorry. But, folks, not to get into anything. The only thing we learned from all the shit and COVID is that there is a slight benefit for you as the sick person to wear something when you might spread it. That's the best mask use that we can have. Prevent the spread. So if you feel sick, consider wearing a mask near your friends and family and avoid people. Stay home if you're feeling like that.
You gonna drink my drink?
Oh, sorry.
You may have some.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. It's always good seeing you.
Good to have
know
you
what I
all.
mean.
What are we sitting at? 61 people, 54 likes. That is some good numbers.
Scott
Thank you,
Bagley,
folks.
hello there. Thanks, Nancy. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button.
So, next week is our last show from Maryland.
Could you move your hand, please? Thank you.
Our last show from Maryland until late May, maybe. We'll have to just see how things
How
are.
the weather is.
And if things are good, maybe we'll stick around a little longer. It'll be very nice and warm here, and you know how Maryland is, Marylanders, Mid-Atlanticers. When we're talking Memorial Day, we're not necessarily talking every day is beautiful and warm. We're still putting up with crappy rain, chilly, all that kind of stuff. And after what we've been experiencing since we came back just before Thanksgiving,
We've been sick.
we've been through all kinds of not good stuff, and the weather sucks.
He had upper respiratory. After I get back up,
It was really a sinus.
I was sick in Florida,
Yes.
but it was basically just a cold. I thought it was.
Sick in Florida by herself because we were told something and she went to
Anyway.
Florida.
So then when I come back up here, I get strep throat. Strep throat.
Because
miserable.
we find out because someone we know who had a grandkid had strep. And
We think.
we crossed over. That's what we think, yes. Because otherwise we have no connection to any other, young children, babies or anything. So you think about this time of year, any time of year really, with when you can get the regular stuff, the regular junk spreads around. What's known as a reservoir is where you would expect to find that kind of infection. And when you talk about children, they are a reservoir of
Oh,
certain
thanks, Nancy.
bacteria and viruses, unfortunately. They're less resistive than us because their bodies haven't developed the mechanisms through their own biological clock to tick out the antibodies and such, or they're just getting exposed to things for the first time. So, whatever. You just gotta keep your eye open where you see there are people
You
sick.
put me to sleep.
Rick be talking shop. Yeah, I mean, I used to talk this kind of shop.
That's right, Spin. I passed out.
Passed her out. I mean, I know you remember me, a lot of you do anyway, for funny things I said inside of a dirty motel somewhere. But for decades before that, I worked in different jobs
Yeah,
that
Shaylee has been working
involved
very hard.
some very challenging work.
Bourbon Cat loves you, Rick.
I love you. Work that I had, responsibilities that I had through different positions. One was,
Nancy is seeing a lot of dispensaries have 40% off tomorrow.
you know what? I think that somebody just said that there's a overabundance
That was in Vegas.
is in Vegas, but that whole area in the southwestern United States, I know a lot of people were talking
Well, good. I'm
about
glad you
that
gave
stuff.
it to
and
somebody. That's wonderful.
one guy said people start up their dispensaries, they have to get certified, they have to have their pot inspected and analyzed. And when they start out, they sometimes get a hold of somebody else's that's already been approved and submit it as their samples to get approved the first time. And there's a lot of that California weed that goes out and does that, especially where we went to New Mexico. That's where I heard about all that. But I will say is that New Mexico weed was so good, plus the fact that you're at 1,000 feet to start with. So that affects your breathing if you're not used to being at 1,000 feet elevation. It's less oxygen, So I found that I didn't really enjoy smoking weed so much in New Mexico. Did you? Remember? It was like we had enough with it. Especially we got up to 3,400
I
at the
couldn't
top
handle
of
that.
the mountain.
I wanted to have a drink up there, and we couldn't because
She
I
could
was
hardly
so-
she could hardly get her breath sitting still.
Because they say it only takes one, and you really
We
got
were
it.
at the top of the Sandia Mountains, the top of the what do they call that machine? Tramway? Tram.
Yeah, it was a tram.
It's a tramway. This thing was first constructed back in like 1920 something.
Oh,
It's unbelievable. But if you're ever in Albuquerque, you really need to go to the tram.
Muffin, we're
and try
actually
it
gonna
out.
get electric bikes.
We're thinking
Three-wheel
about it,
bikes.
both of us getting a three-wheel. And being able to have a basket and take little trips like here or there and then go to the beach, etc. That would be nice.
I gotta own up to something when we were going up the tram to the top of the mountain.
Oh my God.
I had really bad gas, but it was very solid.
Oh, it was deadly though.
Oh, but it was horrible. I feel sorry for the people who were
Oh
caught on
my
that
God. Hey,
tram.
Mr. D Pants is in the room.
Hey!
Hey, yeah.
You didn't have fried chicken last night, Mr. D Pants? Good day. What are you doing?
I'm just scanning, seeing who's been what, doing what. Okay. I'm back. I just was peeking at your comments a little bit. So,
I'm guessing Shaylee is working because she's such a hard worker.
well, apparently,
Yes, they were
she's
silent but deadly.
Shay has been working hard, but I think she's actually gotten a little bit of
You don't have to worry about that.
I think that she's been recognized and got a little bit of a bump.
Well, good. I hope so.
I mean, I hope so too, because that's the way it should work. You
She's
put out
working
the
in, I believe, like a warehouse,
Yes.
manufacturing, distribution.
Yes.
That's where a lot of my background is, and it is not easy work. I understand that.
Yeah, please the boss is always a good adage or whatever behavior for the employee. At least when he sees you, she sees you, make it look
she's
like
snoozing,
you're
Mr.
doing
Deacon,
great.
So she's tired. Let her sleep. Tell her we said hi.
We are definitely going to be looking at our capability physically, but then when capability is there, to get the fuck out of this hemisphere. Yes, I mean it. We want to get out of this fucking hemisphere and try the other one. I know what this hemisphere is like, and I've had enough.
She gets paid shit wages.
Shit wages.
That's what Mr. D Pants just said.
Blimey, that's a bunch of bullshit. You're not a bunch of fucking criminals anymore. It's not a penal colony. You're human
Wow,
beings.
2 bulletin
God.
boards, Muffin? Wow.
What's that?
Muffin, I got moved to a bigger office in recognition of my hard work. It's got 2 bulletin boards.
Well, that is great. You get to fill both of them up with the items of interest you think that your employees should be focused on or aware of, right?
It's usually things to do.
Things to do, things to read. Don't forget this, don't forget that.
Yes, Dark Orchard, everybody has seen this man's ass. And his skin tags. Up by his...
Not so many
wiener.
people. Nobody, not so many. I had some of them removed over time too. But also I decided to, after she got very upset about the fact that you could see that fleshy material at all, I needed to get underwear that were not so stretched out. Nicer, newer quality.
I got rid of all the tidy
All-
whities.
all that
whatever
stuff.
color they were.
They
and
were
he
different
now
colors,
wears
but-
boxer briefs.
But they were Fruit of the Looms. I no longer wear Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah, but it's very hard work, Mr. D Pants.
So I wear mostly a J.C. Penney brand of underwear. It's Longfellow.
That's Target.
Oh, it's Target.
See,
Target.
he
I
never
don't even
does
know where.
shopping.
Whatever. They're from Target. Longfellow. They're very nice underwear, but
You're welcome, Mr. Doggy
I forgot.
Dog.
I forgot when I.
Rick, thank you for paying me well why I fucked off.
Oh, really? Of course, my.
I didn't know corn plants had an aroma. I've seen them bloom before. I didn't realize they had an aroma.
snowflake, I don't really know what that means, except for, does it mean somebody just is clueless? Just in general cluelessness? You know, sometimes words are so harmful and hurtful. We don't need any more harm or hurt. We experience it enough without even hardly trying. It comes to you. Don't you know that? I think you do.
I got a question for you.
Yes, you do? Okay.
We're going to be going off the air in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15, 20, whatever.
Then I have to go across the street and feed all
The reptiles.
Reptiles. Do you want me to say goodnight to the dogs? You should go over one more time tonight after I let them out tonight when I go over.
I guess so. And then I'll
Yeah,
let him out one more time and put him in this crate.
yes.
10:30, 11 o'clock,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. Is that what you wanted to ask?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was something a fan wanted to ask.
No.
The
Wow,
whole time I'm
Spin,
really
that's
thinking.
Great.
What spin?
He has a corn plant and it bloomed. And
Oh,
he talked
okay.
about how it smelled. And I didn't realize that there was an aroma. I didn't want to say smell.
And what? It's been living all these years?
And it's bloomed 4 times in the past
10 years. Wow. I had no idea that a corn plant lived more than a season.
That's
I thought
right, John. See,
I thought it was
they
just an
last long-
annual.
No, they can live for a long time.
No idea. No
Believe
idea.
it or not, at one time I had a lot of indoor plants. You wouldn't believe it now.
Well, that is something.
Yeah. What are you guys up to after this? I got to take care of all the lizards and let the dogs out. Woof, woof. Has Hayes been barking at you when you're ready to leave?
He does when I get him back in.
When I get him back in and then I come out, because I keep mistering because I have to put his diapers
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
And then when I come out and I'm getting ready, Hayes goes, woof, woof. I said, woof, woof, back to you.
Yeah, I think he knows that he's going to be left alone again. So,
Oh, I knew. I mean, when I,
they're
was
largely
like,
alone, I know.
in my late teens, you could buy like the
But what am I
sticks
gonna
like
do?
this, and that's
I'm not
what you
staying
would
over
grow
there.
the corn things from.
So,
It's not. Yeah, it's not sweet corn. It's a corn plant. It's different from corn that you eat on the cob.
well, I did know. I've never heard of anything beside corn, like on the cob.
No.
Well, I never heard of that. I've heard of snake plant, spider plant. I never heard of a freaking corn plant.
Hey,
Do you
Lance
think I am a botanist or
Denham.
horticulturalist?
I even knew what a corn plant was.
Okay. Hello, Lance. Oh, come on. Really? You think so? Well,
Keep it up. Keep it up.
yeah, we love that kind of talk, but you know, Lance, you do what you do as life goes on. Sometimes you do things you shouldn't do, but it's too late. You make a choice at the time. Things
I will,
happen.
Dr. Hostetter.
So one thing that I have to learn
Dr. Leonard
is
Hostetter said hello.
hello, Leonard, Dr. Leonard. This is going to be a shock for some of you because I've said otherwise, but I have to begin, and I've been delaying this for so long, but I have to begin to admit and accept the fact that I will never be a friend to or be involved with the guy who I was involved with doing videos on YouTube ever again. It's done. That's the way that person wants it to be. The person even wants to continue, I'm going to say this much, to try to belittle me, to make fun of me, and hopefully to drive you guys as a audience maybe to laughter and enjoy at my expense him cracking more jokes. So I reached out during the holidays. I sent him a Christmas card. He decided to read it during one of his live streams on Patreon. And then other time, recently, he apparently likes to talk about me in a derogatory manner. I am not going to stoop to that level. I'm just not going to talk about him at all.
But you are now.
I am saying that, I'm declaring that I have no expectation to ever talk to the man or see the man again. And I'm no longer going to have any kind of a delusion.
Yeah, Dingle, yeah, he pretends he's over it and doesn't want to talk
I know,
about
well, that's...
you. Let me finish. And then he ends up gossiping anyway. He's very negative. Thank you, Dingle Dangle.
That's what he does?
That's what who you're talking about
Yes,
does.
I know. And I wish for him peace where I did not form any part of his daily life. Do something else. Think about something else. You don't need to think about me anymore, and you can still live, Dan. You really can. I hope someone points out this so you actually view this. You don't need me. You'll be fine. We're no longer any kind of a collaborative unit. We started out as just casual, new acquaintances.
Okay, listen, that's right, David. I agree.
And now, of
Listen.
course, it's over.
Don't send him any more cards.
No, I'm not.
Let me read the fucking comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Okay.
Don't send him any more cards.
Nope.
Talk about him at length or anything again. Otherwise, you'll continue to be a character in his everlasting pantomime.
I guess you're right.
You know
So-
how long I've been telling him that? Hey, Retro Pixel,
The trouble is, I had
Tulsa,
a...
Cyberpunkin.
See, the trouble is I had the misconception that he had a decent bone in his body.
Okay, just drop it.
No.
Don't say another word.
But I was
Don't say
wrong.
another word.
But I was wrong.
Hey, thanks, Dark Orchard. Amy Hackey.
That's a good
Thank
name
you.
to hear.
You're much more classier. Love cocktail hour.
It's just what it is.
See, we don't have to be teams. You can watch who you want, but thank you, Dana. I do appreciate it.
No, I've always said that, myself, anybody else who uses YouTube and is a so-called creator, enjoy all that you would. Enjoy all the different individuals.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is that the Danny I'm thinking? Danny W? Time for 6 cocktails at Racers. Yes!
It could be, Danny.
Anybody playing there tonight we know?
Is anybody playing there tonight at all? Danny W. I'd go there. But we have the dog.
I agree, all two customs. Well, I have to go over right after this anyway, so.
But are you sticking around, Danny W? Tell us.
He has to take care of Debsy Rocks if it's the Danny we're thinking of. And she's saying you're not a very good nurse, so you better fix her something to eat.
Oh my gosh. But Racers is certainly a place I like. I've been there many times. I tell you what, it's changed over the years that it's been there. It's probably 20 years now the place has been there.
Longer than that.
And I think that right now it's at its best it's ever been. And that's not to insult the last owner, because the last owner is the one who really put everything to where it is now. Richard, if for some reason Richard, the former owner of Racers Cafe, is on live, I doubt you are.
Thanks,
Cheers to you,
DJ.
Richard. Always liked you, Richard, and you treated my sister nicely. Well, sometimes.
We Uber when we've been drinking, Bourbon Cat.
Just like he does. he Ubers when he drinks too, right, Bourbon Cat? I remember that was a big issue for them. And I mean, he goes all over town Ubering. Bourbon Cat.
Well, we do too, especially
Not
in
that
Florida.
far. I'm talking about real far.
I don't care how far it is.
Like
If I'm-
he'll Uber down to Orion
So where
from
is
right here.
So that's what, about $30?
And the other side of the tunnel,
Well, I don't know,
yeah, it's a good long ride.
but what's better?
Hey, Dingle Dangle.
Well,
Thank you so much. Most real couple on YouTube. Oh man, thank you so much. Well,
if you know you're
is
gonna
that
drink,
true?
if you know you're gonna drink,
Yeah.
it's better to pay $50 either one way than to have an accident,
Well,
hurt yourself or somebody else because you were
Do
drinking.
you think life is precious?
Yes.
It cost is the value of life is you can't even put a number on it, right? Well then, your life and anybody else who'd be affected by you moving from where you are now to someplace to have some drinks and then back. If you're like me and Dolly, and you're drinking more than 2 drinks after 3 or 4 hours, sorry, we're not that slow of drinkers.
I wish I were.
I'm not a teetotaler. We go down to Florida. We have, you know where we go.
Oh, I'm glad
Saltwater
you like us.
Hippie.
Adorable, deplorable.
The Saltwater Hippie is such a great place.
We love that place. I hope
And
it's still open when we
I
go back
think
in.
I think it's across the road.
Okay.
We will be going there. We will go live. We will show you the new place with a live band, of course. You can count on that. In the middle of winter in February, we'll drive down there, courtesy of an Uber. Yes, I'm not driving.
And it took me a while to convince him to do that.
Because, especially down there, the sheriff's deputies, they don't have police. It's a sheriff's office. They would
It
be
doesn't make a
happy
difference where we
to
are.
encounter you when you were drinking under the influence. They'd love to just pull you over anytime they can. I was hardly living there but a couple of weeks when we first moved down there back in 2019. And I had just gone down the road for some general purpose, no big deal, and I'm heading back towards the north where we are, and I'm in the right lane. And this car is driving right up on my ass. Some fancy SUV piece of shit thinks it's so great. I moved over to the left lane. I put my turn signal on. I moved over. Then I get this light. It was a fucking cop. I pulled into the first parking lot. It was a shopping center. The cop came up to me and he goes, you changed lanes and it was a solid line. I go, oh, okay, well, but you know that I was driving up the road at the speed limit and you were driving up so close behind me. I thought that you were going to ram me. So rather than have you hit my vehicle, I changed lanes and got out of your way. He gave me my ID back and he said, thank you, have a nice day. But that quick, he would have been happy to give me a ticket for for changing lane when it's a solid line.
Well, you know what? Ever since
That's a piddly ass ticket.
Ever since that happened, I'm looking at these lines, the solid lines, the broken lines. It's like, if they really expect you not to cross a solid line when you're getting into a left turn lane, they need to shorten that solid line by quite a bit.
Yes.
Because you only have like 2 car lengths
And
at
you
the
better
most
get
to get
over.
over to the left.
And if you try to go over too quickly, what's going to happen? You're going to smash into somebody.
Oh, time to say goodnight. because we have stuff that I've got to get over there and take
All right,
care of it.
all right. These darn lizards. To have so many lizards, I don't understand it.
Hey, they like them.
I love my daughter. I love Marlon. They like to do this. It's like a fun recreational pastime for them. And they love each one of the little animals. They really do care about them. They know their personalities. They know what they do like to eat exactly and all. And they get pampered like shit. Luckily this year, no animal died. I think we lost one the last time they were on the trip.
I believe so.
Yeah, so.
As far as I know, they're all alive.
So
but
far, right
there's
now.
two groups that I never see.
The ones
all
that
the other
the
ones
ones
I
that
do
hide, I think. What do? Spray moisture
Yeah.
and throw some crickets in,
Yeah.
and throw in some crickets. That's it. They're hunters. They have to hunt for
But
themselves.
see, some get misted
and
AM only.
And
Some
some
get
get
misted
misted
AM and PM.
AM and PM. You have
Some
to,
get misted every other day. Some get misted every day, AM and PM.
she had to have, like I said, a chart to keep everything straight.
And Jen put little stickies on each cage so I knew what they were.
So she labeled them all. So, she does have some of them they've actually sent away, and they have like little plastic things that have their name.
In their feeders.
Oh,
That's
my God.
that's why I think Monkey used to be Camo, because his feeder I think says Camo.
So,
But they're calling
Yeah,
him Monkey
Monkey.
now.
so maybe they'll give Camo to another one when they adopt it and give it its own monkey.
I don't know. But I do
Isn't
like
it
the
cute?
I
Well-
do like the ones that have feeders, because the other ones I just throw in there. The feeders you put in this thing and you don't have to worry about it.
So somebody who actually brought up something, and if you were serious,
Thanks, Dingle Dangle.
I want to come back to it real quick. I just want to say that the person who asked about a wake or a funeral, if you really were looking for somebody, for some reason, they thought that I could serve that purpose, and I would do it sober. We could get drunk afterwards, like a wake. rick.adr@aol.com. Send me your telephone number. Let's talk about it. If you're local, I'm willing to consider it. If it would be something that could help you through this time. I care
I
about
think they were only
you.
teasing, Rick.
Maybe they were.
So
but
let's not go
no,
into it.
I'm going to say it as a final
You
statement.
just fucking said
I
it.
sort of did, but
Yeah, you sort of did.
I've always been gregarious, sociable. I enjoy being the center of attention. I love to be part of a crowd. I love to make people laugh.
He loves to not shut up, too.
And
Time to say goodnight, Rick.
with all due respect, please shut the fuck up. Was that okay?
No!
With all due respect, please. Wow.
Gotta go, babe.
So we're going to go.
You
We
gonna
hope
finish
that
this
if
up
you
on
would
your
like,
own?
you can go to ricksarahstar.com, and there will be a link for Discord, and there will be other links there, but that's right up the top for Discord.
That's
you
right,
go,
Bourbon Cat. Good night, Gracie.
and you can join with anybody else who might want to goof around. John C., did you put it up there?
Yes, he did.
Just did? Okay.
Discord.
Discord
Don't
link.
forget Discord.
So I keep doing this, John, so I'm trying to stay good with the system and all. Of course, my channel at Rick Serra on YouTube is there with several different videos, a small collection of videos, I would say, less than 1,000.
Hey, Brett Andrews, I just saw you.
Brett.
I hope you saw a little bit more.
Ah, man, sorry
Hey
you
guys,
catch this
have a
late.
good night. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Take a look
Wait
at
a
my
minute.
new
Wait a minute.
videos.
I have a
They're
question.
one's a minute long and one's two and a
No.
half minutes long.
It's still January next Friday, I believe.
Yes, it is. It'll be
So-
next Friday is January the 31st, and it'll be our last show from
Glad
Maryland.
you're recovering at least from the bad cold.
I'm
They
sorry
suck.
you've had this effing stuff going around is some serious shit. I read a little thing online, and FYI, they're recommending you clean your surfaces with bleach and water. And that is a dilute solution of bleach. 1 part bleach,
Oh, God.
10
I'm leaving.
parts
Goodbye.
water.
Good night, guys. I gotta go.
By volume. You figure it out. You took 1 little cup of bleach and then that 10 cups of water, put them in the same container.
We said good night.
That's the.
10 minutes ago.
So what? I'm giving this out because this norovirus, which is really spread by foodborne illness, and it's from people with number 2 and not washing their self up properly, especially not washing these. So 1 little cup of bleach, get a little measuring cup, 10 cups of water, put them in a little spray bottle, and then use that and wipe it, but then leave a little wetness there. Ooh, but it's a good ooh. It'll kill the bacterial cells of the, or rather the vegetative cells of the norovirus, of a lot of other things as well. It's the ultimate bleach. I know. Pool water, that's why we use bleach in pool water. Why? So we don't have that shit floating around in the pool and going up inside of our urethras. That's no fun. No. Get a bacterial vaginosis. Who would love that, ladies? No, not me. Ooh-hoo-hoo. That stuff comes out a color that I don't want to admit. Right, honey? Right, Marilyn? Remember that? Margaret? Barbara? Remember that? Oh, my God. It was terrible. So this is an extended version of Cocktail Hour with Rick. This is called Rick After Hours. And I put up with this, or get away with this, as long as Darlene doesn't come back in and say anything. Instead, I will just sit here as long as I can and say the most hopefully uproarious but nasty and deliberately inappropriate things. How's that sound? All night tonight I've been trying my new vinyl butt plug. If you've noticed me gyrating my pelvis here on the sofa, I got this through Amazon. I was amazed. It's a perfect size, and I've been maintaining a pretty good woody the whole time during the show. Of course, I don't want to tell Darlene that. She might get self-conscious or something.
What did you get from Amazon?
Butt plug.
Rick, there's nobody left on the channel.
There's nobody left on the channel.
Say good night.
It
Call
look,
the bracers and see who's playing.
I know there's a band playing.
Well, see who's playing and make the decision if we're going or not. Because I've got to go over.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Get off the damn. How do you turn this off?
Stop it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. No. Honey, you just did it. Oh my God, she did it. She pushed the button. Demonetized. No, I'll beg for forgiveness after I said all that. So that was a little bit of the Rick's version of Late at Night. I hope you enjoyed
That's
that
right,
little.
Brett. Hey, Shailene!
improv. There's Shaylee's up now. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Rick get the Nerf gun. Now I should get the Nerf gun. Okay.
I ain't afraid of your ass. I gotta go take care of the damn animals. I don't have this luxury that you do.
Ooh. I don't get to shoot the gun much. Oh, count. 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa! Where did it go? It went up and down. Oh, let's see. Do I put it there? I put it there. Oh, I hit the cat. I didn't mean to. I hit the cat and shot past the camera. I was trying to hit the camera here, and instead it went and hit the cat. Here's the cat. The cat is definitely Mochi. Mochi, I'm sorry.
Leave the cat alone. He's okay.
I'm so sorry, Mochi. There goes Dolly. She's going out. Bye, everybody. Bye, she says. See you later.
I gotta go spray and feed and everything.
Follow the chart.
Good night, Rick.
Good night.
All up and down.
So I'm asking if Danny W is on. Would you please reply? Yeah, man, I'm going to get in trouble. What the heck? I love living on the edge. Hey, Dr. Rott. How you doing, man? Happy New Year. Thank you for popping over. I hope you're having a good year. And Mega's still here. Hey, Dina, how you doing, hon? Trying to stay warm. We're thinking of going to Racers, MT. Down to Racers. Driving an Uber. That's what I was trying to explain if you were... I don't know how that happened. But I don't know if you saw that or not, but we just talked about the fact that really, since we got down to Florida and we might have too many drinks to drive, we stopped even bothering and started using an Uber. I have Uber on my phone. She has it on hers. And that's the way to be, man. It's like if you're going to go out, drink and drive, no, don't drive. Just drink and ride. And it's not that expensive. It's certainly a lot less costly than volume has returned. What are you saying, that there was a problem with the volume? I don't know what to say about this phone, man, because I've had people tell me that at times the mic is not really doing it. Other times I've had the screen actually went out while we were doing a live broadcast last week. So I didn't really want to do so, but I might have to look at this phone and maybe go get a new one. Oh, I didn't unknowingly take that photograph. I knowingly took that photograph. So you're saying after I took that still, the audio improved? Yes or no? The audio improved after I clicked the still. Oh, I know what a Renaissance fair is. One thing I learned, no disrespect if you like these, do not buy a smoked turkey leg. A smoked turkey leg is really gross. No, the audio went down after you took the photo, but came back a few seconds later. Well, curious. I understand. That is very curious. Wow. So, Spin, between you and I want to hook up with this gentleman, Rye Nirvana, who you see made the large tip again tonight and did very much so last week. So I'm hoping he'll take it up me up for my offer that we'll go and do a dirty motel somewhere, someplace that most likely had people who were using IV drugs and things like that. And then after we check it out for dirty, filthy shit, we'll check it out as a ghost investigation. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to want to do that live. I may actually do that as a series of recordings instead, but we'll see how it goes. To keep a signal for that long and doing it a live stream is not very likely, unfortunately, but I could still get everything by filming everything as we will go along, and I could even have 2 cameras going. So that would be maybe better. But do everything different manner, just the way I would like to go in. Certainly not trying to do things the same as anyone else might have ever done. And that'll be stretching. I guess it'll be like if I do it, it'll be the birth of Rick doing, what is it called? Rick's Motel Dives 2025. Be the first one for the whole year of 2025. Not yet, Dina. I'll be going the 1st of February. We're heading down rather, and we're taking our camper. And we're going to be trying to take a look at some different places to go camping and do it during the weeknights. I would greatly appreciate tips from you as a native, especially where I might be able to get a hold of kayaks along with doing camping. And you have a very beautiful southeast part of Florida that I would be interested in traveling over and checking it out. Essex? You said Essex? Terry January. I love Essex. So tell you what, Terry January, I'm getting ready to go over to a place called Racers Cafe in Parkville. Ever hear of that, Terry? They have live music a couple nights a week. Hell yeah, Essex. Yeah, I grew up in Hamilton, Baltimore, or just south of Parkville. And you love racers. Okay, well, I'm going to be there later with Darlene if there's any way you could get there soberly. Maybe you could take an Uber. So I don't want to encourage you to drink and drive. But back to Dina. Yeah, we're going to be bringing our camper down. I got a very nice, safe place. Not Essex, England. Ah, yeah. There's a suburb of Baltimore. It's in what we call Baltimore County, and it's east of Baltimore. And there's a neighborhood there, right on the water, that's called Essex. Near that, then there's Middle River, and then continuing, there's a area called Dundalk, and then going a little further, you go down to what do they call that neighborhood? Sparrows Point. But there's a neighborhood name there besides Sparrows Point, which indeed was a steel manufacturing facility. They created ships. They were among the locations that were developed for our building of a fleet, a naval fleet, to go after and fight the Nazis and the Japanese. Baltimore at Bethlehem Steel. There's a part of your history, folks. The people who lived there, the people who are the offspring of the people who lived there in the 1930s, 40s, who, a lot of women entering the workplace because men were fighting, and learned to do skilled manufacturing of airplanes, engines, etc. And there's an area called Middle River, and we have an airport which has just recently been given a assignment. We have a group now assigned at Maryland. What's that airport called? Wilson Airport. So we'll have actually, I think it's Marines, Navy or Marines. I think they're going to be Warthogs, like A-10 Warthogs, etc. So we were not going to have any kind of a support in Middle River, which has always had some kind of air power. Since World War II, we've always had something. And unfortunately, in the years recently, they were eliminated and downsized and, whatever. Yeah, I said Wilson, Dan Wilson's neighborhood, right. Exactly. So, well, nice to make your acquaintance, Terry. I hope that if you can subscribe and click the bell, that would be tremendous. Become a part of this crazy group. I just had a number of people actually give me monetary gifts, Terry. For some reason, I touched them in a way that they wanted to show support. So, not that I'm expecting that, but maybe click the like. If you or anybody else who's never done so would like a free gift, you could write to me at Rick, R-I-C-K, period A-D-R, at AOL.com. It will work. Send me your mailing address, Glen L. Martin Airport. Thank you, Michael T. Send me your mailing address. I don't care if it's your exact first name, whatever little pseudo name you want to use is fine. And we'll send you a free gift. We really will. And we have a website at ricksarastar, STAR.com. There you find links to all of my other social media platform locations on the web. And there's a little bit of merchandise if you want to take a look and peruse. You can also find a link to email me right there if you wanted to get a free gift and you forgot what I just said. And you can just look for the little thing that looks like an email link right there at ricksarastar, S-E-R-R-A, ricksarastar.com. That's it. All right, so I've been on a little later than we would be. It's 7 to 8:30. We go back to Florida in 2 weeks. We're going to be, unfortunately, under the earshot of my next door neighbor, who has an obsession with reporting me for making noise after quiet hour. Quiet hour, technically 9 p.m. But even if I sing to someone because it was their birthday, this guy has complained. So I try not to cause any trouble. So next week we'll also be we'll go a little late again, but that will be it. We'll be back to, yes, Dan, we'll be back to the regimented, be very careful, don't make any noise. The only thing I can say, sadly, is that we've had some significant bullshit that's gone down in my park. And in terms of problems the park is dealing with, my being a little toker who makes some noise in the corner of the park Friday between 7 and 8:30 is very minimal trouble. We had a guy pull a gun on somebody. Then we had that same person possibly do himself in. We've had people, they thought they would run for president to try to take over because they didn't like the rules, and they were beat in the ballot box by the rest of us who said, "You're fucking idiots. We'll just vote against you." And the park that I'm a part of, we handily voted them to oblivion. So their asses are out of here. And as a result, I now know, especially this one lady, who is nothing more than a lying, backstabbing piece of shit. So I'll be careful whenever I'm near her. And it's so nice to have learned all of this before I'd have any trouble, right? So I get to go down there and know that the coast is clear, the mad people lost, and maybe we can continue to move on. What the fuck? Well, that is unaccepted, Shay, and I thought that Australia had a little bit more gun control going on. That sounds like something that happens in Baltimore every day. Holy shit. So I'm hoping that somehow they were not a very good shot. Lives in the suburbs next to us. Great. Was anyone hurt? Was anybody hurt, Shay? He had a rifle and a revolver and a box of ammo. Well, anybody else beside me, are you an American? If you heard a story like that here in America about somebody having a gun, shooting into some place that they shouldn't, how shocked would we be? Not very, right? The sad reality in America is we got so many fucking guns. There's kids killing kids. It's just a mess. Myself, I don't own any firearm. Nope, I don't own a firearm. I have a couple police sticks hidden under a bed in the corner. You know, little club. That's all I have. Nope, I'm not interested in shooting people. That's just not my way. But according to the law, since I have a medical marijuana license, I can't get a license for a firearm. I'm prohibited from owning a firearm because I am crazy I'm insane, reefer madness. But it's totally fine if I drink a bottle of Jack Daniels after I buy a bottle of rifle bullets, right? Funny, isn't that right? Yep. I don't have a gun, but my sister does. I'm afraid of it, even though she doesn't have bullets. So, well, I understand that a gun without bullets is nothing much different than a bat, except it has a part that's maybe metal, so that might hurt more. And like I said, that's my method of protection. It's grabbing something like this, which would not feel good. I would take the rubber part and put it down here. It would not feel good to have me smack you upside the head with this motherfucker. So don't come into my house with the intention of harming me or my family, or I will, with every ounce of my being, fuck you up. But if that's not your intention, then this sits harmlessly on the side, because you don't need something like that when you're entertaining a friend. Thank you, adorable. You can't be a total pansy, my God. You got to stand up for yourself. And that's a badass poker. I got a bigger one over there. I got a whole set of wood tools, for like picking up the log and putting it in there. I even have this thing that you blow into it. It's got two little tubes, and you put that in. I got some ash on my finger. You put that underneath of the fire to help to give it oxygen to get the fire started. And seriously, my mother hated when we had fires. She hated the smell. So I wouldn't set a fire up and burn until she would go to Florida after Christmas. So, of course, this is my first year without my mother. So I could have had this fire anytime I wanted. And I've had wood the whole time. But I still haven't had a fire. Why is that? I think it's part of my mourning. As odd as it is to think that, I'm still mourning the loss of my mother. And she was quite a character. And she certainly added a lot to my program. And also contributed for the one series called After Hours. She actually was the best actor of all of us. So we had my mother portraying herself, but still, it was like a little, I don't know what you would call it, a little short that was a spoof on the paranormal. Basically, that's what it was. And you're right about that, adorable. I was blessed to have her around for so long. And the thing that I keep fighting is there anything I should have done or whatever, because she wasn't around long enough? Should I have been able to do something else? And I shouldn't feel that way, because she told us plainly, and she got the time in hospice to slowly fade out and adjust to dying. she had a vision. She described basically Jesus appearing to her at the foot of her bed, beckoning her to come with him. And then he disappeared. So she was very touched by having had that experience, and she shared that to us. I have not talked to too many people who had Jesus appear at the foot of their bed before they died. So, and when we did the video, like, thank you so much, Potato Kartoff. She was brilliant in it. I just made multiple takes, of course, using my iPhone and just shooting with a tripod and just cutting and editing till whatever I had left looked usable. And then I had further editing done by my partner, Justin, who is the co-producer, editor, obviously, of the series After Hours. Still wants to do more. He had written a script for an episode, and I never wanted to touch it because I wasn't ready to do it again. I'm still on. All right, well, I'm going to have to roll off here. I obviously stuck on longer than I intended, but I thank you all who decided to stick around. It's 39 of y'all. So you all have a good night. Have a great weekend. We'll be back Friday. And who knows, maybe a new video will be up there for you. Maybe more than one. To see how I roll. Peace, everybody. Thanks for hanging with us.
I knocked you off.
Good night.